News Radio 97.7 and 1290 AM, WTKS.
Binge watching can actually kill you, according to TV. Watching TV can kill you. Fox News contributor Dr. Pablo Zeballos is a medical expert about it. And, Doctor, I think that listening to talk radio could bring you back.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So what happened is there was a large study in Japan, just a recent study that followed 80,000 patients over almost a 20-year period from the ages of 40 to 80. And they showed for every extra 2 hours of TV that you watch a day, you have a 40% increase in risk of pulmonary embolism, which can be fatal. And remember, pulmonary embolisms develop if you develop a blood clot in the leg, which is a DVT.
Okay.
The interesting thing about this study is they showed that if you watch more than 4 to 5 hours of TV, kind of binge watching, you have a 2 times increased risk of death. It's pretty significant.
Now, is that because we're so sedentary, but is that also because of the leg blood clots and stuff? They've warned us about that on long airplane flights.
You're exactly correct. It's because you're sedentary. It's same idea as when you're going on an airplane. When you go on an airplane, we told patients always, if you're going on more than a 2-hour flight, get up, go to the bathroom, move your legs. Same thing with this. It's the sedentary aspect. It's the one where you're lying down. You're not moving your legs. You're not moving your calves. And when you don't move your calves and move your legs, the pool of blood will clot in the legs and can go up to the lungs. And so the reason why this is important is because in the previous days, we used to watch Seinfeld, Friends, and it was a commercial. And so we get up and get a Coke, a water, go to the bathroom. Well, now people are live streaming. They're downloading the DVR. They watch 4 or 5 hours of House of Cards, Game of Thrones, all these things, and that's the issue.
Yeah, and you can zip right through those commercials on DVR.
That's exactly
so
DVR. Exactly. So what I tell people is, even if you're going to do more than 2 hours of TV that you've streamlined or DVR, every hour get up for 5 minutes. Get up and walk around. Go do things. Just move your legs. That's the most important thing. Because the scary thing about this study is that this study did not take into effect the diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, high cholesterol. So if you add those to the actual study, it can even be higher risk.
Fox News contributor, medical expert Dr. Pablo Zeballos with us this morning. And watching too much television might kill you, according to a new study. Now, it's interesting, Doctor, we sometimes see these studies that come out of places like Sweden or England or Japan. What was the group? You mentioned 40 to 80, that was basically. Now, a lot of times, was it the older one? The older you get, I guess, the easier it is to get to have these diseases or whatever.
Yeah, the interesting thing, actually, when you brought that up, is actually they saw a higher risk if you were between 40 and 60 rather than 60 and 80. So you actually had a 6 times higher risk of mortality if you were less than 60. And you have to take into account that Japan actually has a better nutritional kind of, they eat more fish.
Yeah. They
don't have the lifestyle choices that we do. So if you look at that, imagine that translating into the American diet. Ours obviously can be more fatal, basically.
Well, I just turned 69, so I'm over the hump. I'm past that. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. Then Dr. Pablo Zeballos with us this morning on watching too much television. What can you tell people? Because we do have a tendency. My wife and I were catching up on some series just recently, and I guess we watched about 3 in a row or something. But we do hit the pause button once in a while to get up to use the bathroom or move around a little bit.
Yeah, so I would say is force yourself to get up every hour. Force yourself to kind of move around, walk around. And what I would recommend is don't watch those 2 or 3 shows or 4 in a row. Just save it for another day. Save it, spread it out. And if you do that, then you're going to actually be much better. And obviously, just exercise, eat healthier, and so forth. Those will also decrease your risk. And even if you're sitting there watching TV, even if it's for an hour, in between, just move your calves, move your legs. If you move your calves and move your legs, it's amazing how much that will help decrease that.
All right. Dr. Zeballos, where can we go for more information, sir?
For more information, you can definitely go to WebMD and look under DVT, clots, and exercise.
Check it out. That is Dr. Pablo Zeballos, Fox News contributor and medical expert.